if you are like me and you've got big knuckles, spindles for fingers, any ring that can go over the knuckle will be very loose around here, and oftentimes they're lopsided. So I do have trouble with rings. However, with the micro welder, I can now use chain and measure exactly the link. Of course, it's going to be permanent. And I weld it on, and it sits really nicely like this. I'm going to show you how I did that on my daughter. I hope you enjoy this. I decided on this stunning figaro chain. Sometimes though, if the links are too big, it doesn't sit well around the finger. It's a lot easier for smaller links, but this happens to work. First you measure like this and make sure that the links are not twisted. So this is tight, but I'm going to add a jump ring. So this is good right here. Now, this is where I need to tell you, whenever you use a very thick chain, don't use your simple cutters because you'll ruin them. This is actually a sprue cutter for casting and lost wax casting. There's a big stem and I use this. Use your other giant wire cutters that you would for electrical wires. And there I have it. Ready. I always take one side first, like this, and hold on this side. Then I drape the chain and make sure that, again, it's not twisted. And then I close it here, like this. Make sure that it works. And then I'm going to clip this. Put a very thin piece of leather. And if it is the case that you don't have a thin piece of leather, thin enough, find any non-flammable, or even using a thick Band-Aid would work. Protect the skin. And I'm ready to weld, and I'm going to ask her to look away. And here we go. Because this is a very thick ring, I'm going to use 10 watts power. Go. And I think I'm going to check my work. I'm going to just do it this side as well. Okay, so that is done. Now I'm going to check again. Okay, here we go. And because sometimes I weld more than once, I'm just going to remove some of that. And because this is a perfect fitting ring, it takes a while, but here you have a really nice ring. And this is the perfect custom chain ring. I wholesale these chains as well as components for permanent jewelry, and I'm going to give a link below as well as some information about the Orion Micro Welder.